Because at some point, the man says, I don't want to lose my wife.
All right, so y'all know Cardi B and Offset had a rough night the other night. They was going back and forth on social media. Cardi B went live about 2 or 3 times. It's now time to see what Cardi B's #1 fan, Joe Budden, has to say about this. Y'all better like the video and subscribe. Happy Saturday. Let's get it.
I'm telling you guys and the audience out there that there are levels. Cardi is saying, and she smoked the point, yo, you going to these clubs, these strip clubs, you getting drunk, you paying the $2,000 to $2,500, and bitches is fucking. I'm not mad at them. We in a recession. The economy is bad. Of course, them bitches is gonna fuck doing what they supposed to do. I think Offset is and should be above that level of cheating. And I'm telling y'all that there are different communities of women out there specifically tailored to fucking this type of man.
Oh, that's true.
That I know your girl, I know the relationship you in, I know how to hold it down. You're just gonna have to start paying up. You gotta pay up. But there are levels to this. And I'm on the side of, at Cardi's level, yeah, it feel a lot better for you to come home and tell me that you slipped up in a Nia Long, not Nia Long, of course, in a Nia Long versus a Krishan Rock. You playing with a bitch from the Bronx.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying.
Also, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, Cardi almost caught a case behind you fucking the chicks in the strip club. Yeah. She lost multi-million-dollar deals, was facing however many years in court. That was a big situation. But at some point, you got to get to the why of the cheat. And I think that matters. And apparently Cardi does too, because she is accusing him of being intimidated in the household. She's accusing him of being insecure. It's deeper than this shit that we talking about. She's saying, yo, I'm up, I've leveled up, I'm all the way up, I'm not the same girl, and you don't know how to be with me.
I can see that.
So you continue to fuck the low-level bitches because it makes you feel better coming in the house.
So let me ask you.
And I think that the stuff y'all are saying voids like accountability on that front. He likes fucking different chicks, breed or whatever. You don't think that a sane person looks at that with Cardi and the wealth that she's accumulated, the family he's built, he keep putting kids in her. So I mean, you don't think that a sane person looks at that and says, okay, time to tame some of that?
I can tell you why he wouldn't.
I've built a life. I got the girl I want. He talks about this girl like this is the woman of my dreams. I put all the kids in her. Actually, we know that this is the woman of his dreams. And this is why I'm attacking the bullshit that y'all are saying. Because he see value in her being the BM. He said it.
Of course.
Stop. If you able to see that value, then something is sick that you don't see the value in her as the wife and the person.
What are you talking about?
That is
Joe, you
sick.
cheated on girls before. Stop.
Respond to my second point, which was, if you see all of this value in her as a BM, then why don't you see it as a wife?
You do.
You could, but
when you cheating, Joe's called cheating.
This is not the behavior when you see the value as a wife.
Right.
This
It could
not
also
the
be
behavior.
one more thing that we
It's not
overlook in
true,
here. We've been through this quite a few times. I don't think you're going nowhere.
That's exactly what I was about
That's
to say.
it. Yeah. You're not going to leave.
He said that. No, he said that in his
I
tweet.
won, you my BM. That's what it's saying.
Yo,
like,
stop
nigga, I
talking
still
this
got
idealistic shit. Niggas be
You
cheating.
coming back.
And my niggas called cheating because you don't think you're
Hold
going to
on,
get
hold
caught.
Niggas ain't shit. Like Cardi said on her live. Yo, you lucky that I'm a thorough bitch.
No, she held that down for sure.
Everything you've ever done, I've only held it down. I have mad of your ops have tried to reach out to me.
Probably some of your homeboys.
That same game you playing, because clearly he's hurt and sending those texts behind the scenes.
And looks
of,
pathetic.
I'm about to fuck your ops. I'm about to spill your.
She can play it better. If she wanted, she could.
The women are going to play it better.
This nigga's nuts.
No,
not him specifically, but The nigga on the other side that's moving like this and oh my God, I'm gonna do whatever I want and I like pussy
It's
and
pathetic.
you're never gonna leave, but the second you do it, oh I'm crushed, oh my God. Like,
it's
Yo,
dumb.
dog,
Shit.
is that not damn near every man out here in the game?
No.
No, those are boys because at
That's-
some point the man says, I don't want to lose my fucking wife.
Now, if y'all listen to the podcast, y'all know when certain topics come up, like let's say Jay-Z, Joe will start to get in what they call on the podcast his Hovengers bag, like the Avengers, but it's Hove. So the Hovengers bag, meaning he's defending Jay-Z. Today, I felt like Joe got into his Cardivengers or Carvengers or Cardi B Vengers. I don't know, but he was doing a lot of taking up for Cardi B. And it just reminded me of the other day when Cardi B was on Spaces and she was cussing out Joe. She was upset with some of the criticism. And I was just thinking to myself, well, Cardi, if you listen to the podcast today, I think Joe made you proud. He stood 10 toes with Cardi B and he was giving Offset the business. Now, I wanted to know why they didn't mention when Cardi exposed those text messages. There was a particular text when Offset asked, could he jerk the tool while Cardi was on the phone with him? Now, regardless of whether or not you think that's freaky, I just feel like putting out that text was worse than everything she said. It was worse than her talking about, I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you can't handle this, you know, you go out and have sex with these girls to make yourself feel better because you can't handle dealing with a bad bitch like me. I feel like exposing my private sexual bag is a little too much for me, all right? Even though, you know, I'm not going to act like, you know, a lot of us men haven't been there where it was just us, the baby oil, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and our left or right hand, okay? I'm not going to tell y'all which hand I write with because I don't want y'all to assume some things and try to assume which hand I be using. Don't worry about that. I'm not saying that a lot of us men haven't been in a situation where we needed a hand, okay? But still, you know, I just didn't like that. It bothered my spirit when Cardi put that out because it was the last text too. She could have cropped that out. She did enough by saying or showing us that Offset was begging for her to come back and he wanted to know who she was talking to. That was enough. Why you gotta let him know I'm trying to jerk the tool with you on FaceTime? Maybe I'm childish for thinking that matters, but to me it does. But getting back to the main point at hand, look, I do think Cardi had a point when she said Offset is doing a lot of this cheating to build his ego up because in his marriage, his ego is fractured. It's hurt. There was a time when he was the prize and Cardi B was so lucky to be with Amigos. I remember when Offset started blowing up. You know, obviously he was a part of the Migos group, but I remember a lot of people were comparing him to Future because it was a time when, and look, women still think Future is so fine. People looked at Offset and they was like, yeah, he like Future. He a mini Future. And so it was a lot of women that was trying to get at Offset. And then all of a sudden, he popped up with Cardi B, and Cardi B was so lucky to have Offset. And you would hear it on the internet. You would hear it any time. I want to say Cardi might have been on TV or something like that. It was almost like women were envious that she had Offset. But then Bodak Yellow happened. and Cardi started to blow up. And issues with the Migos took over, and of course Takeoff passed away. And now the Migos are a shell of themselves. Offset's music career is struggling. Quavo's music career is struggling. They might be able to put out music and somebody listens to it, but they not putting out no hits. Nobody's saying, you know, Offset's one of the top rappers in the game. Quavo's one of the top rappers in the game. It's just one of those things where they're allowed to keep making music and putting it out, but you know, we know that ain't nobody really checking for it like that, right? And in the midst of all of that, Cardi became a superstar. She became bigger than life. She became the heir apparent to Nicki Minaj. Of course, we all know that, you know, Nicki is a better rapper and she writes, and Cardi needs Party Fontaine. But still, I know some of y'all think that Megan Thee Stallion has had some big years and she's done some big things, but to me, the only person who is able to really compete with Nicki is Cardi. And I'm not talking about bar for bar. I'm just talking about fame, power, following. None of these other girls come close. Meg might be a close third, and fourth and fifth might be like Lotto and Glorilla. But Glorilla coming up because she has had a hell of a summer. I mean, banger after banger after banger. In a minute, we might say Glorilla is top 3, in my opinion. But still, now Cardi is the second biggest female rapper in the game. And Offset is kind of stagnant, looking goofy, dressing up like Michael Jackson, performing in cabarets, okay? Yeah, that could fuck up a weak-hearted man's ego. Because everybody not built to play second fiddle to their woman. And second fiddle ain't always a bad thing. If I'm Offset, I'm rich, I'm successful. And to me, his girl fame, it almost rubs off on him as well. And if you could cherish this woman and establish this relationship without embarrassing her, I think it will also boost his stature. I think if he wasn't cheating on Cardi B every weekend, maybe his album sales would be doing a little better, because Barty Gang, Cardi B fans, will support him too. But a lot of her fan base feel like he a piece of shit, and so they don't support him. And they don't support the relationship. Y'all saw me for years coming on this platform saying she need to get rid of him. And it's not just because I want to slide in the DMs and slide my credit card through them booty cheeks. It has a little bit to do with that, but not a lot to do with that. It's just the fact that I see a playing himself out of his position. And if you not gonna relish the fact that you got one of the baddest chicks in the game, if you not gonna cherish that, well, let the next man step up to the plate. So now it seemed like Offset found out Cardi has moved on and he crashing out. Now he deleted them tweets from the other night, but I think that was a manager, some kind of professional thing. Somebody looked at him and said, Offset, your career already in a bad enough place as it is. Do you really need your wife's fans to be coming at you? If you smart, just like I said, you would be trying to cultivate some of those fans, not push them away. You not gaining no extra fans by cheating on Cardi B or leaving her. Or even in some of the slick talk he got off the other night. Oh, you my baby mama, I won. No, if you lose Cardi B, you lost, period. End of discussion. If Cardi B pop out with Some big ass NFL player, NBA player, some super rich dude, some super. If she pop out with Nas, anybody like that, you lost. You lost. I remember when Nicki popped out with Nas after Meek Mill, we was like, damn. We was looking at Meek Mill like he was the dumbest dude on the planet. Okay? So he doesn't win or gain anything out of mistreating his wife or his baby mama from a fan standpoint and a personal standpoint. I saw people talking about, oh, she's embarrassing the family because allegedly she was sleeping with somebody while she was pregnant. As if Offset wasn't embarrassing the family for 6 or 7 years of all of this cheating. And Cardi always held it down. Always. How much kicking and beating did y'all expect her to take? Let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Peace.